Welcome to Pagan Coffee Talk. If you enjoy our content, please consider donating and following our socials.
What would you call a tradition?
Well, I mean, tradition to me is, it's something that you do all the time. It is, it's handed down, you know?
I mean, well, you said it that way. So what? Daily, monthly, yearly?
Well, I mean, it could be any of those. I think more along the lines of, oh Lord. Well, look at it a couple of different ways. One is like a tradition. It's something that you do every year. So think
Okay.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, typical things that you do around those times.
I guess I can see where there could be some traditions of things, you do every morning. I don't know if it would be more routine, but
Well, I think if it's daily, then it's more of a routine.
all right. What about monthly?
Monthly, yeah, I could kind of see that.
Well, I mean, again, in our tradition, we meet once a month at the full moon. So,
Right,
that's our traditional time to meet and worship. And
right. Yeah, so I
so,
think
there
that's
is a little bit, there is something a little bit about timing there. Traditions are something sort of spread out
I think so, yeah.
more than something you would do every day. All
Again, I
right.
think daily is more of a routine than a tradition type thing.
All right. What about changing traditions?
Ooh, well,
I mean, again, example here, where you read The Night Before Christmas every year. I
mm,
mean, at what point do you quit watching or reading it and start listening to an audiobook of it or a play or a TV show or a video?
oh, that I don't know. I think that depends on um, the family or the group. That's doing that. Maybe it's you and your friends get together and read the story. Maybe I'll decide, okay, well, we can't really do this time, so we're just gonna agree to listen to the book, or the poem or whatever. That's a tough
I
question.
mean, and how much does a tradition change to where it's no longer the original tradition to begin with?
Well, I think as long as the core belief is there, then see, I don't know if I can really say that or not. I was
Because
gonna
again,
say,
my next question is how do we identify that core?
right. The core belief
Yeah,
is what's there. It's what we've founded everything on. It's what we've based everything on. And if you go and change that, then you've changed everything, in my opinion.
but at what point is that? I mean, again, like I said, we believe in our tradition that it takes a witch to make a witch. So we believe in initiation.
Mm-hmm.
When we don't frown upon self-initiation or whatever, we just it's there, whatever.
Right.
But when I pass away and someone takes my place, if that priest goes, "Oh, well, I don't think this is as important as Knight thought it was, so we're not going to worry about this anymore." Is that
Well,
changing our core? Is that
yeah. Yeah, it is. And again, I may be a little on the old fashioned side of things. I don't think you can change that part of what we do.
but yeah, you wouldn't have a problem if somebody goes, "Oh, here, I got this different incense for this Sabbath. I know we typically use this. Can we try this?" You probably wouldn't think twice about that, would you?
No, no, not at all.
So where's the difference? I mean, again, we traditionally use, okay, for the sake of argument, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's say at a particular grand, pick one, we always use frankincense, myrrh, and sandalwood.
Okay.
And then somebody comes up one day and goes, "Hey, let's try this blend instead."
Well, I mean,
I
if
know you I know you've been coming here and you've for 20 something years and we've done this for 20 something years, but I want to do something different.
If we have a reason for using those herbs as part of that incense, then I think they're going to have to make an argument about it and give me, say I'm the elder, they would have to give me a reason to make that change.
So as long as there's a why, right? If I'm saying that right, you believe as long as there's a why behind it, we should keep it.
Well, yes and no. I think if we can't explain the why, then we need to figure
Except
that.
for interpretation.
We need to figure that out. Except for what?
Or except for interpretation.
Right. Yeah, if it's that way, then yeah, we need to make some changes. We need to make some considerations and figure out the why. But now, if somebody, say like with the incense, if somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I want to try this particular blend of incense. Tell me why." And if it fits, then hey, okay, well, now we've got another option for incense for this Sabbath. You following me?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And I think that's
because
okay.
again, because I'd also have to ask the question, like there are certain rituals that we do, like weddings and stuff like that, but a lot of people want their weddings more personalized now versus more traditional way of doing it. So again, sitting there and going through the trouble of writing out the traditional wedding thing is not necessarily good. You know what I mean? Because again, somebody's going to come along and go, well, it is my wedding. So, or my hand, are you with me?
Yeah.
Versus somebody coming along and changing our death rites.
All right. Well,
I mean, again, these are still significant things, but
yes, I think as far as like the death rites go, that to me, that is a specific thing that we do.
Right.
If we are going to change any part of that, then I think it needs to be a decision among the members.
Right. But see, because for like example, our initiations, we all get, it's the exact same ritual for all of us. It does not suddenly just change because there's somebody there.
Right.
All right. Certain aspects might change, but not the ritual itself.
Right.
You ready? I mean, you with me? Because there's sometimes men do things if it's a woman initiation versus a male Again, that's all polarities and stuff like that.
Right.
Other than those things, yes, everybody gets the same initiation.
Right.
And it's something we will all sit there and go, no, this can never change or anything because it brings on this experience that we cannot explain.
Exactly.
All right. It reveals a mystery that you will never be able to tell anyone or describe whatsoever. And we would all agree to that. But again, I'm back to the wedding, though. We're like, oh, what's the harm? I mean, and how much of that needs to be in there? Do we still need to do O's? Do we not? Is it just...
Well, I think as far as that goes, we can, and we have every right to do this, we can sit back and say, all right, you want this wedding. These are the elements that we do.
Right.
The rest of it we can customize to you. But these elements will be included. And I think that's more of the traditional part. But then but then we can also we could just do the opposite and we could say, okay, well, we can just customize this whole thing for you.
Right. I just think it's funny how certain rituals we would automatically go, no, you can't. But other rituals were kind of a little bit more, whatever. When it does seem like we would want it to be the same. But
well, again,
I want to go.
You can customize the majority of it if you want to, but then you can literally say, well, these are the elements that we do as a tradition. So if you want this done and you're part of our tradition, this is the way it's going to be.
Right. Well, let's get back to this concept, why? All right? Because, I mean, it is quite important to us to understand
Mm-hmm.
why we do the stuff the way we do it, and not just, and to never do it just because we were told so.
Right.
This is a big concept actually in craft and
It
other
is.
people I know. We have to know why. If we don't have that why, we oftentimes do consider it frivolous or not really worth debating or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and we can use it as a throwaway thing. Do you think it's harder when you know why? Do you think it's harder to give up those beliefs? Unlike someone who doesn't understand it, it's easy for them to change their beliefs at a drop of a hat.
I think that plays an important part of it. Yeah. I mean,
Are you
because
with what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't know if I said that enough to not confuse people.
well, the why is it's the reason for the particular belief or the particular practice. I mean, it's the definition of that practice.
Right.
And
Well, the idea is
defined it, it solidifies it, and that's where for people who know the whys, it's not that they're not accepting to change, but they have a firmer foundation in what they believe.
well, every time you do this, regardless of what it is, every time you do this specific task or
Mm-hmm.
action, it reminds you of why you're doing it.
Yes.
They're continuously always linked to each other, so they're always reinforced to this is a belief. I'm doing this. I hold my anthem up this way because
Mm-hmm.
of X, Y, Z.
Right.
Because I've been trained to do that. That doing that action always reinforces the why behind it, which I think reinforces the belief in that too.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a better explanation of what I said. That it solidifies that.
Right. I
And
mean, I was just going to say, this seems like a cycle that feeds in on itself over and over again.
well, it does. And for those people who don't have that definition, they don't. It's easier to just change things up on a whim because nothing's turned into concrete for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not always a bad thing, but I rather enjoy having that solid foundation.
Well, I think you need to have some pillars like this in a tradition to
Mm-hmm.
hold it together. If you don't, it moves too far off its foundations. It
Absolutely.
moves too far. It starts to move too far away from that core belief of here's what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
That the universe is divided up in duality and all this other stuff, and we have to mimic that too. And
Right.
for a simple reason, of some of the stuff we do, that not revealing mysteries.
We have to be careful.
Got to be careful. But again, because it is a belief and it is something there, when we look at these things in ritual, when we're doing them in ritual, it reinforces that these polarities exist
Mm-hmm.
around us and in us. So it's very important to know the why of why you believe what world you do believe in, because it gives you a whole lot more grounded foundation to stand upon. But again, like you said, it's kind of like a sword that's been hardened but not tempered yet.
Mm-hmm.
While it might be strong and all this, but it's very brittle and
Mm-hmm.
easy to shatter. It's got to have a little bit of flexibility there.
Right.
You got to temper it.
I love that analogy. It speaks to the heart of this conversation. So we have to be adaptable to some extent.
Right.
And so I think traditions can change. They
Right.
can be altered, to fit
Well,
the
again,
needs.
I don't think any religion nowadays is exactly what it was in the beginning.
Oh no,
Christianity's changed over the years. Buddhism's changed over the years.
no, yeah,
I'm sure it has. I mean, for as long as some of these have been around, I'm sure Judaism is not the exact same as what they used to practice in the old days. So we know these change because we can pretty much see it through timelines and again new branches of
right,
traditions opening up
right.
because people will reject certain things and keep other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me wonder, hey, if I was able to come back in 100 years and remember everything I know now, will I be sitting there looking, standing in front of, Life Temple and Seminary one day going, what the hell did y'all do?
What the hell is
What the
this?
hell is this?
This is not what I taught you.
Help you?
I mean, it's a possibility. We know that. I mean, history has shown us that yes, things change and sometimes drastically over the years, but I think to some extent they still hold a lot, if not all, of the same core beliefs. It's just the way they do it now is different.
All right. Let's go get some coffee.
All right. Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another episode. Pagan Coffee Talk is brought to you by Life Temple and Seminary. Please visit us at lifetempleseminary.org for more information, as well as links to our social media: Facebook, Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit.
We travel down this trodden path, a maze of stone and mire. Just hold my hand as we pass by a sea of blazing pyres. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning breaks. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning